Hey, what's up? It's Turbo from 91.3 FM and the Metal Meltdown, joined here by the one, the only Nergal from Behemoth. Dude, thank you so much for taking the time to cut an interview with me.
Hey, welcome.
All right, so you guys are on tour, right now with Watain, Archaic, and several other bands. I mean, how's the tour been going for you guys so far?
Nothing but great.
Nothing but great?
Just came back from LA and San Francisco, both shows sold out. Chicago was sold out. All the big markets, went really, really great. New York seems to be sold out too, so that's all what matters to me. If people are really interested in coming down to shows and supporting Evil and extreme music, and that's what it's all about. And yeah, what else you want to know about this tour?
Well, I mean, if that's pretty much what you have to say about the tour, I mean, you bring up something I would like to talk about. You said, extreme music and Evil or whatever else. Describe for me, if you will, what you mean when you say, supporting Evil. Yeah, I think it's an extremely interesting concept.
I remember, in the beginning of mid-90s, there was this tour that actually started this tradition of black metal bands touring Europe, or a second wave of black metal bands touring Europe. I'm talking about the Fuck Christ tour. I believe it was '93 or something, but it was the very first proper black metal tour. Different schools of black metal though, because it was Rotting Christ on the bill, it was Immortal from Norway, and it was Blasphemy, the Kings themselves, and it was amazing. I wasn't really able to go anywhere there, I was probably too young, or I simply didn't have money, to attend any of the shows, but I really think, that this tour is not a replica, but we're just trying to recreate the same kind of feeling over here in America, just putting together bands that fit to each other, not necessarily music-wise, but we kind of hail the same values, and we have so much in common, even though the Devil's Blood sounds like, Blue Oyster Cult on LSD, and Inside is just, inheritance of, traditions of bands like Merciful Fate, and Watain is just full-on Swedish black metal, 100%.
Well, I mean, you're talking about, recreating a certain, a type of thing, not necessarily with the music and the sound, but, an ideology.
No, I tell you what was my problem throughout the years. We were never in a position to pick up bands ourselves, Even if we did a headlining tour in the US, there's always been a lot of label policy and and management and people from outside of the band just telling us what's the best for us. So the main idea of this tour was you know what, I think we are grown-ups, we know what's the best for us, and we certainly know what's the best for people. And if people don't even know it yet, we know what's the best for them. So we decided to put together full-on European package, no bullshit deathcore, new wave, whatever, extreme metal that I'm not digging at all. I honestly hate this subgenre, this modern stuff. And I want to go vintage, I want to go Satan all the way I can, and I came up with these bands. We always wanted to tour with Watain, and there's always some force, that actually stopped us from making it happen, and we've always tried to make it happen. So finally, it's a history we're making here. And then we got Devil's Blood, which is probably one of the most exciting acts, that emerged from Europe, recent years. And then we got In Solitude, which is kids, they just got 2 records out, but they fucking slay, they're awesome. And there's so much variety on the bill. Each band is different. There's so much quality, and it's a, straight up, genuine, extreme metal. I fucking love it. It's my dream team tool.
Do you find it tough or a little bit harder, at least more challenging to do what you want to do in regards to what you present as far as Behemoth, or even just the extreme evil satanic genre of music here in the States as opposed to in Europe? Is it tougher for you over here?
Not really. I just wish we could bring Pirates to US. We actually, that's what we did in Europe. We had a full-on, really great light show. That's what we're doing now. We're creating in US, and now we'll be starting like for the Metal Fest in Europe. We are bringing the light show plus pyros, because we can now we can afford it. You know, we're spending like most of the money on production because that's just, you know, worth of doing. And
you feel, I guess, as Behemoth is important to watch visually as it is musically, and like to listen to.
Each aspect is equally important to me. So yes, and believe me or not, you know, when I perform on stage, you know, be it fucking Oklahoma or LA or wherever here in the US, you know, and when I see such a massive reaction to our spectacle, and it's always in the back of my head. I'm like telling myself, and I'm telling these people in my head, you know, I wish you could see us with pyros, you know what I mean? So I really miss that. And I would love people to see like 100% Behemoth show over here in the US, you know. We'll be striving for that in the future. So far, this is, you know, the best we could do, and I'm happy with it, okay? But it can be bigger, and it will be bigger one day.
I hope so. I look forward to seeing it.
The joy of